The genetics of autism and ADHD, what we know so far. Autism and ADHD affect how people think, feel, and interact with the world. But what if the roots of these traits go deeper than behavior? Could our genetics hold the answers? In this video, we uncover how science is unraveling the genetic blueprints behind these conditions. These neurodevelopmental differences are not just disorders. They represent diverse ways of processing the world. By exploring their genetic origins, we can better understand both the challenges and strengths tied to these conditions, providing hope for more inclusive futures. Genes play a key role in shaping how autism and ADHD develop. Studies show that both conditions tend to run in families, hinting strongly at genetic inheritance. But it's not one single autism gene or ADHD gene at work. Hundreds of genes may contribute. For example, scientists found that certain genetic variations related to brain development and communication are more common in individuals with autism. Similarly, variations in genes influencing dopamine regulation are closely linked to ADHD, often affecting focus and self-control. While genes provide the foundation, they're only part of the story. Environmental factors like prenatal health or stress interact with genetic predispositions, adding unique layers to how these traits emerge in each person. Over decades, advanced research methods like genome-wide association studies, GWAs, have helped scientists identify genetic patterns in autism and ADHD. GWAS scans the entire genome to pinpoint specific variations tied to these conditions. Some studies reveal overlap between autism and ADHD genetics, suggesting shared biological pathways. For instance, certain genes affecting synapse function in the brain, a key mechanism for communication between neurons, are implicated in both conditions. Despite these breakthroughs, genetics is not destiny. Possessing these variations doesn't guarantee someone will develop autism or ADHD. Instead, they increase likelihood, showcasing the complexity of these conditions. Understanding the genetics of autism and ADHD enables earlier diagnosis and more tailored support. For parents, this knowledge can provide enormous relief, reducing guilt and blame by emphasizing biological causes rather than actions or parenting styles. Genetic research also fuels medical advancements. Therapies aimed at rewiring specific pathways in the brain or addressing gene-related challenges could one day lead to personalized treatments that empower individuals to thrive. Moreover, genetic breakthroughs shift the conversation around neurodivergence. Emphasis shifts from disorder to appreciating how these genetic traits contribute to human diversity, painting a more inclusive picture of developmental differences. Although we've made progress, there's still much to discover. Future studies will likely focus on understanding how genes interact with one another, as well as how environmental influences either amplify or dampen these genetic effects. Cutting-edge technologies, like CRISPR for gene editing, may unlock new ways to address specific genetic risk factors. However, ethical considerations about altering the genetic code must also guide this research, ensuring progress aligns with humanity's values. Another frontier lies in studying multi-generational genetics, tracking how traits associated with autism and ADHD pass through families over time. Such research could clarify unknown patterns, improving predictions and interventions. The more we know, the better equipped society becomes to embrace neurodiversity and support everyone's unique needs. Genetic understanding creates opportunities for earlier interventions that celebrate strengths while addressing challenges, creating brighter paths for those with autism and ADHD. This knowledge encourages compassion and dismantles stigma. Instead of seeing autism and ADHD solely as obstacles to overcome, society can shift toward understanding them as natural variations in human biology, deserving of acceptance and respect. Now that we've delved into the fascinating world of autism and ADHD genetics, what's the takeaway for you? Start by sharing this understanding. Knowledge sparks tolerance and fosters greater support systems for neurodivergent individuals in education, healthcare, and beyond. If this video left you curious, dive deeper into genetics research or advocacy efforts focused on neurodivergent communities. Together, let's use science to foster an inclusive world where genetic differences are embraced, not misunderstood. Subscribe, share, and join the conversation. Be part of the change.